All right, ladies and gentlemen, the name of my show today is Dedication and Loyalty. Loyalty is something that we used to have a lot. We used to have more loyalty when I was young. I'm just saying, I don't know what happened with the way these people, these younger people coming up, they don't have the dedication and the loyalty that we had. I hear about them all the time, talking about going out with this person when they're going with this person. If you're going to make a commitment with someone, then you should be with them and only them. When you start messing around on them and cheating why be with someone? Just have an open relationship, or just have an understanding where, when you say what you say and mean what you say and do what you're going to do, you know what I'm saying? And be true, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to not be with that person 100%, then you should have an understanding with each other that, you're going to be like that. And if they accept it, cool, then you guys both have a mutual understanding. And then it's dedication and it's loyalty, because you have this agreement where it's amongst you two. And then therefore, when you do what you do, he knows you're doing it. When he does what he do, you know what he's doing. And then you cheat or whatever, but it's not cheating then. It's not cheating. It's having a relationship with other people. That's not considered cheating when you have the understanding that you guys are going to do it. But these people now want to cheat and do all this stuff and think it's cute. Ain't nothing cute about that, because you're cheating, you're lying, and you're stealing. It's like, it's not going to never work. And we're having that idea of, when you're young, you're going to be older doing that, then you're not going to never find someone, because you're going to develop a habit of thinking you're being a player or a playboy, but you're not. Because if you're having other relationships and the other person doesn't know and you call yourself being with them, then you're wrong. That's not right. There's nothing good about that. You're being undevoted, you're not being dedicated, and you're not being loyal to that person that you're in a relationship with. So don't even get in a relationship. And the same thing goes along with friendship. If you have friends, you see, you know what I mean? You be loyal and dedicated to them as well. You cherish the relationship just as much as you would anything. You don't lie, you don't tell other people's business. If they tell you something, you know what I'm saying? You don't go telling everybody, their business. You know what I mean? Especially if it's negative. If they're really your friend and you're dedicated and you're loyal to them, you have loyalty toward them, then you keep that, you don't spread their business. You keep it to yourself. When you start spreading their business and things they're doing, trying to impress people, telling them what he got and what he doing, you know what I'm saying? Then you're not being true as a friend. And that's what's wrong with these people nowadays, that even older people do this when it comes to the gossip thing. Well, that's your business if you gossip about somebody that you're not supposed to be friends with. But when you're supposed to be friends with this person, and you know what I mean, you're supposed to be protecting their, their integrity, their character. You're supposed to be on, protecting them as far as making their image stay positive like you would your own. You don't gossip and tell people's business. Certain things are private, you know what I mean? You don't tell people. Because everybody has bad days. Everybody has skeletons in the closet. Everybody have things they try to sweep under the rug. But the point of it is, you do not, I repeat, you do not, you understand me, go along with that. You be true to that person as a friend, as well as if you're in a relationship, you be true to that person. You don't go around cheating. You don't go around saying nothing negative about them. Like you hear these women, they're with a man and they go out talking about him. Oh, he ain't nothing. He do this, he do that. But you're with him. You're with him. So what does that make you look like? You look like, you're not true to him, because you're talking down on him. So that gives you an excuse to go out and mess around with somebody else, because you know what you got is not really what you want. You're not really happy, but you're settling for him. So what do you think you're doing when you talk about him out to other people? You open the door for other people to hear, and they say you're not happy, so they try to hit on you. You understand? They try to hit on you, and therefore you're opening the door for them to try to get you, because you're letting them know you're not happy. You're complaining about your relationship. See, so you're not dedicated or devoted to that person. So you know, some people do that and they think it's cute and they be with somebody and they want people to hear them like therapy, but that's no good. You want therapy, go to a real therapist. Don't talk to people, associates and people about your business. You know, because if you're not happy, you and your mate both should go get therapy or whatever. Or don't be together. Or don't be together, because you could be in a better relationship and be happy rather than settle for something that you're not happy in. You know, and people that are happy, you notice they don't never say nothing about the relationship, complaining wise. You know, and if you're happy in your relationship, you're going to celebrate every day. You know what I mean? You're going to have something great to say, and you're going to be a certain way, like me and my queen. We are on a positive note. We don't never say nothing bad about each other, nothing negative. You understand me? When we talk about each other to people, we talk about the positive and uplifting, and we depend on each other. We got devotion, we got dedication, you understand me? And we have loyalty, you understand me? I ain't got to worry about her, you understand me? In any capacity, because she's my everything, and I'm the same thing to her. So we know we're there for each other with dedication and devotion and loyalty. We have this, you understand? So that's why I speak on this. Not too many people that really have this. There's not a lot of people that really have 100% devotion and loyalty. But I know back in the day, there was a lot of more dedication, because that generation, they were real about things. These people now are faking. They hear this rap music, and these people talking about being with a lot of women. You know what I'm talking about? Women talking about they want 2 men. You know what I mean? All on the YouTube, on these podcasts, they talking about it. You know, their sex life and what they want and what they don't want. See, these things are supposed to be private. These people are talking about this openly, what kind of sex they want and what they want to have and how many people they want to have it with. They talking about it might be a fantasy, but that's where it's supposed to be. You talking about this like you want this. These things are not supposed to be had. You ain't supposed to have 2 men if you're a woman. You understand? You're supposed to be with 1 man. And if a man's with two women, he's supposed to be with 2 women. He's supposed to be a man and a woman. All that other stuff, that freak stuff, that stuff is not real. And that stuff is not what you do when you're looking for a relationship and you're trying to be dedicated and devoted to your relationship. You have a third party in your relationship when you're with a man, then you're in an open relationship, and that relationship is not going to last because you're cheating. You're not showing devotion, dedication, and loyalty is not there. When that's not there, the relationship is not going to last. If it's there, it's going to be drama and chaos. It's not going to be a positive, uplifting, and beautiful relationship. It's not going to be that way, because it's not supposed to be that way. Because you're not supposed to be. It's supposed to be 1 man and 1 woman. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to give the best to that mate that you're with, and that mate is supposed to give you the best of their self. You know, and that's where it's supposed to be. And all that other stuff that they promote in these videos and they promote in these movies. When I was young, I went for it. When I was young, I went for that. You know, for the image. You know, I did that. That's why I know it's not real. It doesn't work. The public and the people want you to do that because you spend money, as I said before. That causes you to spend money, buy nice cars to get the women. Nice, you know, those things you do to get the women. And when you get the women, they with you for what you got. They're not with you for who you are. There's no dedication, there's no devotion. The minute you lose that stuff, they gone. See, and that ain't real. You got 2 or 3 women. Yeah, you showing off. You trying to impress people. You know, you're not getting real love. You know, you're just getting, you're just having attention. You're just getting your attention. You know, because you have the material things. You know, and that's not real. So ain't no happiness coming from that. You know, you got to have real devotion and real dedication and loyalty. It has to be there somewhere. If that's not there, then the relationship is not going to be right. You know what I mean? It's not going to be no real happiness there. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be in that person's corner and don't let nobody else sway you. Because if you with someone, but then you go have sex with someone else, it's supposed to be over with. If he keeps you after you do that, then he don't love himself. You understand me? He's not being his true self because you weren't loyal and you weren't dedicated. That shows you right there when you do that. The minute you cheat or do something contrary to what you're supposed to do, being for him, being in his corner. You're not in his corner. You know what I mean? I mean, different people, a real person, a real king, a real giant is not going to accept that. The minute you do something like that one time, it's over. You gone. I don't play that. Not me. I could do bad. I could do bad, and I could be unhappy by myself. I get rid of you quick because I know I've been in this world 70 years, and I've been in a lot of relationships, and I got out of a lot of relationships, and I've been in them. And when I was in relationships, and I had more than one woman at the time I was doing that because the one person I was with, I wasn't truly in love and happy with them. See, I was just holding on to them because they were in love with me, and I was letting them know if I got 50 women. You understand? She said she wasn't going nowhere. So what did I say? I let her know when I was in the town and I was messing around. I'm all down messing with these prostitutes and these women down in a poor neighborhood, and I had a spiral staircase. You understand me? Condo. You understand, with the spiral staircase out. You understand me? In the suburbs, but I'm running in the city, in the ghetto, in a hotel that low life was at, because I wasn't happy at the time. So I did what I did, but they understood it because they kept holding on to me. You understand? Even though I was messing up, but that's okay. I learned from that. You understand me? When I once got strong and I got myself together, I didn't need to be holding on to somebody to help me. You know what I'm saying? I was my own independent man, so I didn't have to put up with that. Because when you're with someone and you're not happy, and you're with them because they have money, or because they're taking care of you, you know what I mean? They're paying your rent, they're paying this, they're paying that. Then you're with them for the wrong reasons, and that's not love, and that's not gonna last. It's only there temporarily. So the minute I knew this, because the minute I went to the pen, and I knew she left me, you understand me, and got somebody else when I came out, telling me, oh, I have you, I got on the phone talking to a friend, or I got me 2 light-skinned niggas, she used that word. And I thought to myself, she thinks she got me because I'm coming out trying to interview her and see what she was. Here she had got the settlement that she'd had that we was going to have together. She got that and got that house. You understand me? I was only gone a year. Got that house completely, let me think I'm coming back to her. You understand me? Which she proved not to be dedicated, wasn't devoted, and wasn't no loyalty. But I know I was wrong what I did, right? But it wouldn't go work because I had got my head together, and I knew I wasn't going backwards. I wasn't drinking. I didn't need her to lift me up or be there for me because I was independent. I was doing my own thing. You know what I mean? Because I was in therapy for the year that I was there. I was exercising, you understand me, PMA, and doing the things I'm supposed to do. So I wasn't going back to that, you see. I wasn't going to do that, you understand me. I built strength. So what I did was, you understand me, independently, I had to do my own thing, And that's what you have to do. You got somebody and you're with them, they'll get back to you. The minute you think you got them and they're putting up with you for all these reasons, the minute something happened and you go to jail or whatever, then they're going to leave you, because you wasn't really there in their corner. But if you're dedicated and devoted to the person, like right now, this is the best relationship I've been in a long time, You understand what I'm saying? Other than my wife, but, you know what I mean? But other than that, this is the best one I ever had, simply because when I was with my wife, I wasn't the person I am today. I wasn't a great person. She was a great woman, but I wasn't really a great man, being caught up in drinking and all of, and things I was caught up in. Being immature, not being responsible like I should have been, driving, you know what I mean, under the influence and different things like that. I wasn't being responsible, so I was the one at fault. I take full responsibility for that, But right now, it took me years. This was when I was in my 20s, early 20s. But I learned the hard way from that, you know what I mean? But the point of it is I've learned, and I got the message, and I got the understanding now. So now, that's why I said I wasn't going to get no woman that wasn't fully, you understand me, in my corner. Because I've had the best, so why would I settle for less? So now I got the best of the best, and I'm ready to to be the best to the best. So that's why it works this time. You understand me? Because God gave me a second chance. God sent me a queen. You understand me? Somebody understand me that can get me on the winning team. And that's how it is. You understand me? We match as we're hard attached. And we're doing the best we can do. And we're doing it every day. You understand me? And I didn't think life could be as good as it is. You understand me? With my second chance at a first class life. But I was dedicated, you understand me, and devoted and loyal to getting the woman that I wanted. I wasn't accepting nothing less. I was loyal, you understand me, and dedicated. I wasn't tripping. You know what I mean? When I was around Smiley and all these guys that were, they were chipping with these women and doing all this stuff, I didn't do it. I said, no, I'm staying dedicated till I get the right woman. I didn't do it, you understand me? I didn't chippy like that. I wouldn't try to mess with these different women because that's a bad image. God's not going to send you the right queen and that you could be dedicated and loyal to if you out there half-stepping and doing sucker stuff. You gotta be a king, and you gotta act like a king and be a king, even without a queen, for a queen to come. God will send you a queen if you act like a king. You understand? He'll open the door and send one your way, but you have to be that man that queen's gonna be a king and queen with, so you could be a team. For you to be a team and you to be the king, you have to, you understand me, wear the crown before the queen comes around. You understand? You have to wear that crown until that queen comes around. If you wear that crown until that queen comes around, you're going to be on the winning team and you're going to be number one on the scene. And this is what I try to get people to understand. That you have to be dedicated. You have to have loyalty. You understand? You can't be half-stepping, man. You can't be, like me with my word. Just like if I say, I check people all the time to test them. If I say, look, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be somewhere at a certain time, I'm there, you're not there. That shows me that you ain't, you know what I mean? You ain't wanting to be, you ain't right. That's the first thing I realized, you ain't right. Or you didn't get the message, somebody didn't tell you. It's a mixed situation. But I was there and I'm on time. Because I do it every time, all the time. And everything I do. When I call my queen, I call her at the time I say I'm going to call. And I never miss a day at the time that I say. You understand? Never. Always, every day, 2 times a day when I talk. I do it at the right time, on time, with time. Because I'm devoted, I'm loyal, and I'm going to be that way. You understand? And she's loyal to me and dedicated. You understand? It's the actions, not the talk. A lot of people talk that talk, but that ain't it. Talking the talk don't mean nothing. It's walking the walk. You understand? And being there for the person. Knowing, having confidence enough, knowing if something happened, they're there for you under any circumstances. They're going to be there for you. And you know this. When you know this, that's a good feeling. They're dedicated and they loyal to you. That means a lot, you understand? That means more than a lot of things people don't really understand. But the point I'm making is that dedication and loyalty is good for you to really have. If you got friends like that and you got a woman like that, you don't need a whole bunch. You don't need to be testing the water with these other people with this drama. Because you don't need drama. You need smooth people that ain't playing and ain't half-stepping. You don't need all that on half-stepping. All that lying, trying to lie and cheat and do all that. Man, I ain't got time for that. I'm all the way off that page, man. I don't want nothing to do with that kind of situation. Lying and cheating and stealing and all that, man, that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't need none of that on mine. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't real, you understand me? I don't want to mess with it. And you know what? I'm not going to mess with it. If it ain't real, it ain't what I do. I'm not going to mess with it, man. I'm not messing with that. If it ain't real, it ain't going to be, I'm not messing with it. And I'm serious about that. Because a lot of people, you understand me, they don't realize, they do not realize that devotion, dedication, and loyalty, these things, these are values that we had back in the day. A lot of these things are missing, just like respect, courtesy, and manners, being polite, saying thank you, you're welcome. All these things that went out the door, man, I'm one of them old classy cats. That's why I dress the way I dress and I act the way I look. Like I said, it's terrible when a person looks like this and acts bad. And I've seen people do that. They think they're something, they think they're better than the next person, and they try to put on acts, you know what I mean, and try to beat and make you think that they're better than you. You know what I mean? Because they put on some clothes. No, you just say, man, I'll walk with somebody with no shoes on, man. I don't, and man, if I'm talking and we walking, and you used to be somebody or whatever your situation you're going through now, man, you still a person I know. I'm not going to never understand me treat you different. You know? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if whatever drugs you on or whatever thing you're doing, I'm going to get away from you, go to getting your drugs and doing what you're doing. But as long as you're talking sensible, and you know, man, you're in my presence, I'm going to give you advice and try to understand me, talk to you. But I got 25 years clean, and I'm going to stay on the winning team. Because I know, you understand me, losing ain't on my menu. And I've been through it. That's why I tell people, I've been through it. You understand? You know, like I said at the time, the women I've had, like the devoted one, the one that was dedicated and loyal, you understand me? You know, my wife. And then other women that I've had that I wasn't really the right person for them, you know. And then when I was looking for the right person for the last 25 years, I hadn't found it till I found my queen, because between that, that was after the one I told you that I went to jail behind. This is all after that, you know, because I wasn't ready for her and she wasn't really ready for me, because she got with me after she got with some man she had fixed up. And, you know, and he went out there after chase a younger woman at the time. She was like what you call a sugar mama, actually. That wasn't really a woman that generally I would have been with. You know what I'm saying? It was circumstances that drew me to her. You see? You know, and the point of it is, you know, that was somebody I was with, and she was a good woman to me because of certain things she did. But that was because I was in a situation where, you know, my head wasn't straight at the time. The first time, you know. The second time it wasn't working because I wasn't going for that. You know what I mean? It's like somebody lose respect for you. You can't let them lose respect. If you compromise in a relationship, you know, and they say they got somebody else and you was with them and they stayed dedicated to you, but then when you went to jail and got to come out, they got somebody else and they not letting that person go, thinking you going to go fit in with them, because you just got out of jail. No, I stood up like a soldier. I stood up like a king and let them know, you understand what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not going for it. You know what I mean? And left. And the boy had a big old house and all these nice things, thinking because she come back and try to have me and somebody else too, thinking I'm going for that. No, I didn't go for it, and I let it know. And after that, I hadn't found a good woman until I found my queen, and that was like 25 years, maybe 30 years later, because the ones I've had off and on, it was just somebody I had. They were place setters. They were in place just to make me look good, because you know, a man with a woman looks better than a man that ain't got one. Because I see these men, you never see them with a woman, they ain't never got a woman. You don't know if they're gay or straight or what the deal is, because they never accompanied around women, so you don't know what the situation is. But you're going to see me, you were seeing me with women, you were seeing me taking pictures with women, going to lunch with women, going to dinner with women, because that's what you do. Be around women, then you eventually get you a woman, you know, and that's the way it was with me till I got my queen. And then when I got my queen, hey, I stopped taking pictures, I stopped running with women. I don't need to do that no more. You understand? Because I found the one. When you find the one, you be dedicated, you be devoted, and you be loyal. Loyalty is on the menu. And that's what you do. You understand? And that's what people don't understand. They just think being with somebody, and then they got eyes on somebody else, you know, and then they cheat or whatever because they weren't happy. They didn't stay by themselves long enough for the real right one to come, because they thinking they with that one, and then when they with that one, then they're going to cheat on that and get somebody else. And by them be doing that, when they get that somebody else, knowing that they left that to go to that, then they going to keep doing it. It's going to be a cycle, because that person that you left that person to go to that person, know that you cheated on them and you went to them, so they know you're a cheat on them because they got you cheating. So they got to watch you, because you're not truly dedicated, devoted, and no loyalty. It's not there. You know, you be by yourself, and then you come up with a new woman. You don't let that one go. But that's what's wrong with some people. They so weak they don't never be by themselves. They scared to be by themselves. So they get with somebody to be with them. I didn't do that. I didn't never know one. I didn't be with them. I just go out maybe with them, you know what I mean, as a friendship, you know what I mean, or whatever. We wouldn't even have sex, you know what I mean, because it's a thing. If you have sex with someone, right, and you're trying to, you want to work on being friends, and then, you know what I mean, because you may be able to get a relationship. I always start off being friends to see how we get along. We don't get along, then I know that it ain't gonna be no relationship. I try to go a month or two and get to know the people if I'm serious about molding them to be my woman. You understand? I got to really, really, really know, because I'm playing for keeps. I'm playing for keeps. I'm playing for lifetime situation. I'm looking for a lifetime mate. I'm not looking for nothing temporary. You understand? So therefore, I'm at the age, I was doing this for the last 20 years. I'll say I really, knew where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do. But I had to find the right one. And I knew God was going to send it to me when I realized that, right? So a friend of mine had a queen, and I knew exactly what I wanted at the time when I seen that. And then boom. You know what I mean? When I knew what I wanted, God sent it to me. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. But you got to be dedicated, devoted, and loyal. You got to be dedicated, devoted, and loyal. Like I said, you got to wear the crown before the queen comes. You wear the crown, the queen's coming, you understand? You wear that crown and act like a king, because you are a king. And a king will have a queen. But if you're not, if you half-stepping, you understand me, chip in and messing with these low-life bras and having sex with them and running around, man, you ain't gonna never get a good woman. You killing it off, you understand? The cause and effect is not gonna come because you're not performing the right act to be that person, to be on the right track. You understand? You have to be on the right track, man. You gotta know what you want and what you want to do, and you got to be true. You understand? And that's what a lot of people don't do. They don't be true, man. To mean what they say and do what they're going to do. If you don't want a queen, you understand me, and you don't want to be a king, that's cool. Do all that old funny style stuff and don't be happy. You know what I mean? And run around drinking, smoking, you know what I mean, doing all that type of stuff, because that's what you're going to end up doing, because you ain't happy, so you got to find something to make you happy or get some kind of direction, because you're going to be running with the people that ain't trying to be right. Most people that are clean and sober, that at a certain age, they don't do all that running around. That running around is dope fiend and drug addict behavior. Even if you're not getting high, you're doing that behavior. It's dope fiend and drug addict behavior. Chasing different women, doing this, doing that. Because if you're not drinking or drugging, the people you are probably are. Because any woman that's gonna be running around, like women think they can run around. You be friends with that woman. Say for instance, you be friends with her, right? Right? And you friends, you make friends, you guys are good friends. But she's having sex with all these different men. And you know this. And you think you gonna be with her? No, I wouldn't be with her. I'd just be a friend to her, not actually be with the woman, because I know the woman is not qualified to be with me, because I would have to think less of myself to be with somebody that's doing that. They're not of my caliber. I'm a person, like I say, dedication, devotion, and loyalty. This is what I carry with me. So how am I gonna get someone that's not having that quality? The person I get with has to have that quality, you understand, of being dedicated, devoted, and have loyalty. You see, it goes together. It goes together like hand in glove. If you're not on that level, then that's a different thing. You understand? But it's not the way I play. I don't play that. But I've been through that, so I know it's not really something to be understanding. But ladies and gentlemen, let me wrap this show up, you understand me. This happened to be International Reds Fashion Experience. And this is not the mini show. This is the grandstand. This is the big show, you understand me, on Channel 29. So I'll see you next time with a great show, you understand me. This was dedication and loyalty. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Be good.